What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. It's your girl, Miss Honey. We are here to do Real Housewives of Atlanta. Surprise! You guys know I have had a love-hate relationship with Real Housewives of Atlanta. I can't remember if I ever did their reviews. I think I did. I think I tried. And I think I got upset. One, the comments is, and two, the reunions have always been better than the actual season. But this year, I think it's going to be a little bit different. Everybody's got something going on. It's remotely interesting. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, and hopefully I'll be able to do Married to Medicine. Sorry, that's my favorite. I'll be able to do Real Housewives of Atlanta without too much contempt. I'm just going to, see it for what it is. I'm not going to pick at any scabs, and I think I'll be able to make it through this season. So like I said, this is going to be a good season, I feel like, because everybody has something going on. This is season 11, episode 1, To Love and To Cherish. You guys do not forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Don't forget the thumbs up button, and don't forget to comment down below. Let's talk about it. Let's hash it out now, okay? So first things first, like I said, everybody's got something really, really great going on. We just see the core girls this first episode. Of course, we're going to have the wife of Ron DeVoe from Belle Biv and DeVoe, New Edition. I think that was New Edition, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, his wife is going to join the cast a little bit later on. Of course, we're going to see Marlo in and out through this episode. One person we're not going to see supposedly is Kenya. So, who just had her baby. Congratulations to Kenya, who just had her little girl, Brooklyn Doris. So, I think it's a cute, unique name, So, congratulations to her. I really didn't miss her this episode. It's hard to miss Kenya until you get a little bit of Kenya. Like, to just miss Kenya out of the blue like that, it has to be super, super boring. And this episode wasn't boring. Kenya's the kind of person you miss when you've been exposed to her, and then the next thing you don't see her, then you miss her. But if she's been gone a while, we may be able to get over this, and they be able to keep it interesting. We may be able to do this. Anyway, let's talk about all the ladies. Cynthia is dating a new guy. His name is Mike Hill, and he is swimming in the pool of Lake Bailey. She is enjoying herself. She's a woman of a certain age. She's in her sexual prime, and Mark gives her everything she needs. He's a sportscaster. Evidently, Steve Harvey introduced them. He lives in LA. She lives in Atlanta. He loves LA. He loves Atlanta, but LA is his home. So apparently Cynthia will have to pack up and move to LA if they decide they want to be together forever. But right now they FaceTiming a lot. He's in Atlanta a lot. They're having quite a bit of sex, and she's enjoying the sex. And so we might as well just make it is what it is. They flirting and they having a good time. Two beautiful people. As long as everybody being safe, as long as everybody clear about what their intentions are, I say be present and live in the moment. Right on to Cynthia. Candy and the group are in LA because they are getting the R&B award. It's the ASCAP Rhythm and Soul Awards ceremony, and they're getting like the Diamond Award or something. The group Escape, and a lot of people affluent people have gotten this award, so they feel very fortunate about it. Candy is riding along, and she's talking to her band members, Tasha and Tamika. And Candy, to me, Candy's got a lot of great stuff going on. She's making money left and right. But for me, Candy is just not exciting. Like, she just doesn't have a lot of excitement. She lives an exciting life, but she's just not a very exciting conversationalist. And by proxy, she brings the conversation down for everybody else. Like, maybe they some real live people, but because she not real live, it makes the whole thing kind of dry. And we see her with her family. Riley is, you know, she's a mean teen right now. She's in that teenage stage where she says and does anything. Like, she doesn't want to admit happiness. She's turned 16 years old. She wants to have angst. What she don't want is a plucked part. I'm not really sure why a lot of the people in this episode are wearing bad wigs. Candy makes a lot of money. I'm not really sure why she don't have a nanny that's traveling with her. 1 and 2, why Riley hair is not laid. It's no reason why Riley should not be going to the beauty parlor once a week. If she, you know what I'm saying? If she gonna wear weave, she need to be going to the beauty parlor once a week. Once every 2 weeks if you a regular Joe, but once a week. It's no reason for Riley hair to be looking so bad. It's no reason for Candy's closure to be sitting on top of her other tracks like it is. Like, I'm seeing some bad wigs. I don't get it. Like, these white girls and some of these other shows, a lot of them wear hair extensions, but you can't tell it until they get drunk and sloppy, and then it shows. But just sitting around doing confessionals, you can't see tracks and shit. Like, I don't get it. But I said I wasn't gonna pick his stuff. Anyway, Candy's toying with the idea of having another baby because they got 2 more embryos frozen, and Riley don't want no more kids there. And she's saying that Candy's always busy anyway, and she doesn't need another child. Ace, at this time when she's flown them into LA, his time schedule is off. He's sleepy. They don't have anybody there to take that baby and put that baby to bed while they all go and have dinner. She got the baby at the ASCAP Awards, and the baby's crying. And what's his name? Don Juan is so shady. When they asked where Todd was at the ASCAP Awards, and she was on the red carpet with Escape, and the baby was crying and whining and all of this, that, and the third, and Don Juan had the baby, you know, like that's his baby, like little Ace is his. And somebody asked where Todd was, and he said at the bar. I was like, well, there goes Daddy Daycare. Evidently, Daddy Daycare likes a drink. All right. So, again, you make good money. Your daughter's hair should be laid, and your son, you should have a travel nanny. You should have somebody that travels with you, that when you are out doing adult things, that your baby is in an environment where he can sleep, he can rest, and he can enjoy himself. Like, to have him out in that kind of event, to me, was kind of weird, but that's that. So I talked about Cynthia Markell. Eva is getting married. She's taking her wedding photos with her kids. She's got her fiance there, Michael, and she's got her new baby. He's a beautiful baby, Michael Sterling Jr., and her daughter Marley, who's by another man who is batshit crazy. Now, Eva's got a beautiful family. They are a beautiful, light, bright couple. They've got beautiful children, beautiful hair, beautiful skin, beautiful eyes, beautiful bodies, beautiful teeth, beautiful skin. Like, everything is gorgeous. But your new man is great. He's excellent. He's wonderful. He's everything you want him to be. From what I saw of the wedding was absolutely immaculate. It was beautiful. Eva makes a beautiful bride. That little shade she threw at Cynthia, I don't know about that girl, because I still believe Cynthia, like Miss Naomi Campbell, can model you under the table. Now, Eva's a beautiful girl, baby, but it's something for knowing your angles. Okay? All right. So, what I was going to say about her fiance Mike is really close with her daughter Marley. That is a wonderful blessing. I wonder if this season we're going to get to see something from that batshit crazy baby daddy. Because Marley's daddy is not well in the head. If you guys have followed this individual on Instagram or Twitter, he be going in. And he is not an altogether well individual. All right. So I say it in all sincerity. I hope that Marley is calling Michael her daddy. That's the only daddy she's ever known. He's known her since she was 1. And I got my fingers crossed for that little girl in this family, because her daddy, I'm telling you now, ladies, let this be a lesson to you young childbearing women. Be careful who you leave a seed inside of you, because you might get a wonderful child, and you also might get a bad shit weight around your neck for the rest of your life because of that. All I'm saying, the man is not well at all. Okay, so NeNe is going through, her and Gregg. Gregg had been diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. Very serious stage 3. No joke. Any stage of cancer is serious, but stage 3 is a tough road to hoe. He's had surgery. He had a measure of his colon removed. He looks like he's been through something. He's laying about like he's been through something. And I don't know if he is able to keep up with the pace of this show. We're going to see next week when they're in Miami. He is feeling faint. He's feeling weak. He does not need to be traveling. He does not need to be ripping and running. He doesn't need to be depleting himself. He needs to be re-energizing, revitalizing. He needs to be rejuvenating. He needs to be building his immune system up, not traveling, not being in a million different environments with a million different nationalities and a million different pathogens and coughs and sneezes and germs. Like, it's not good. It's not good for people who are trying to recover, especially if you've had chemo and radiation. Like, you don't need to be. Anyway, they have a beautiful home here in Atlanta. I think this is where they are in Atlanta, and they've got some friends there and their son who come over to pray with him and just socialize with him a little bit, to visit with him. And he comes down and he talks to them about what happened. He was in a bit of pain, quite a bit of pain, so much so that he wanted to go to the hospital. She takes him to the hospital, and he finds out that his situation is so dire that he must have surgery right then, that night. And so he has to have this moment where he has to come to terms with going under the knife for such a serious thing immediately, like right now. And he got me. Gregg got me. He did. Because I could just feel there that the authenticity in the story that he was telling about, he made up in his mind. He said, God, if this is it, then this is it. I'm not afraid of dying. I don't want to die. I want to live. But, you know, it was about leaving his family, leaving his wife. And he said, he wrote a note and he gave it to the doctor and says, if I don't make it out, give my wife this. And he broke down. And I broke down. I'm sure a lot of people broke down. It was just such an authentic moment. Like, you realize you're just flesh and blood. Like, you may have the heart and the soul and the spirit of a lion, but if this body does not want to cooperate, it's a tough thing. So anyway, it was a good moment. And, you know, his brothers gathered around him, his friends, and just lifted him up. And then they had a wonderful prayer, and it was good. So it's going to be an emotional season. I saw where Forts Rocks tweeted that it was going to be hard to deal with this season because of the Gregg situation. Like, seeing Gregg throughout the years, you can just look at him and tell that he's not well. And just all of our prayers, all of our love, all of our support go out to Gregg and his family. Just may the Lord bless you and keep you real good, brother. So anyway, there's that. So Porsha is on cloud 9. She's got Dennis. She loves herself some Dennis. You can tell. I don't know what's going on with this dude, but for Porsha is all in. Like, Porsha is super, super excited. She is allowing herself to be happy, to be consumed, to be silly, to have fun with this guy. And they've only known each other for 5 months. She said she met him, like, I think at a club, and they went on a date, and she hasn't left his place since then. Porsha, I know she happy because she is thick. Now, we know she pregnant, but she is thickums. She is thickums, okay? And she's excited. She loves this guy. They go to Brown & Company, which is a really, really great jeweler here in Atlanta, in Alpharetta. I've been to Brown & Company a couple of times. I've gotten some things for my mom there. It's a beautiful store. And he takes her there, and they pick out, you know, possible ring choices. She doesn't know which one she's going to get, but she knows he's going to buy her a ring. She doesn't know when he's going to propose to her. Her birthday's coming up, and he's taking her to Miami for her birthday. So it may be there, but she doesn't really know. Like, she knows she's getting a ring, but she doesn't know when she's getting it, or how she's getting it, or which ring she's getting. So I guess it's still kind of a surprise. But Porsha has not allowed it to be a surprise. Like, every time she brings it up, she's like, perfect time to get engaged. I want to be married. So he seems like he's cool with it. He's copacetic with it. He's supposed to be this big business owner, owns several clubs, hookah bars, and things like that. There's supposed to be some scuttlebutt about this guy being a player. I don't see it necessarily. He doesn't really have player swag to me, but I mean, I've seen mentally challenged guys pull girls, so I guess. Porsha definitely sees him as just absolutely beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, she dresses for him. She gets excited when she sees him. She thinks everything about him is very, very attractive. So that's really what's important, right? So she decides that, you know, we're going to Miami. I don't know what it's going to be. After she goes to see NeNe at Swag, which it looks like a very, very nice boutique. And I like NeNe's style. So I might check out Swag when I got money for Swag. But yeah, it looks like a very nice boutique. I thought it was really nice. She came to see NeNe, and she brought flowers for Gregg to NeNe at the shop. Like, it was weird. But anyway, that's Porsha. And they got to laughing and talking. She was really just there to check on NeNe and make sure NeNe was okay. Their relationship is back in a good place from last season when NeNe was being so ugly to her about something that wasn't even her business. So they've made amends for that, and they back together, so it's good. And they was giving me freaking frack tease, especially when Porsha was dancing and rocking her booty and clapping her juicy booty meat. And it was tickling NeNe to death. Like, she was egging her on. It was just giving me such freaking frack tease. Porsha is so goofy and so silly. Like, she seemed like she would be a lot of fun. So Porsha decides, since NeNe is having this event and they've agreed in Miami, a comedy event, and she told she was going to be down there for her birthday. She said, well, maybe we can see each other. But what NeNe doesn't know is that Porsha has decided to make it a girls trip and invite all the girls down to support NeNe on her comedy show, just to lift her spirits up a little bit. And it's her first time going back to stage since Gregg been sick. So she called the girls. She called Candy. It's the awkward moment. She plays a little bit of a trick on Candy, leading Candy to believe it would just be her and Porsha. and NeNe in Miami, and Candy was like, that's one thing about Candy, she's not really good at being fake. Like, she's a little bit good at it, but when she done with you, she done with you. Like, she can't fake it, right? And but she was cordial. She didn't have Don Juan or Carmen there to egg her on to be ugly acting. So she was being cordial, and Porsha let on that she was kidding with her and laughing, and Candy was like, okay, well, all right, if it'll help NeNe. Y'all know Candy just naturally dry anyway. She just naturally dry. Even when she having a good time, she's just got a real dry way about her. I don't know. That's just my thought process. Anyway, so we see where there's a little bit of a red flag in Miami when she asked her man, who had planned a beautiful trip for them. He got them a beautiful suite. He had a chef there to cook for them. He had white roses everywhere. She really felt like he was going to ask her to marry him right there. Right there. Ask her to marry him right there in that moment. We don't know if it's going to happen because the trip is going to complete next week. But it was just so funny how excited she was about the possibility of it. Like, the anticipation was enough to just be everything she needed it to be. I'm really happy for Porsha. I want this guy to be everything she wants him to be. She hopes him to be. I want that for her. I want that for everybody. But it's just, the show is so much better when everybody got something going on. They're not as petty when everybody got something going on, which is why I think this season would have been a great season for Kenya to be there too, because she got something going on. I would love to see how less petty Kenya is now that she's a wife and a mom. I think it would have been a good opportunity to see that. It's a missed opportunity, in my opinion, on Bravo's part, but what do I know? Anyway, the trip continues next week. It was a good first episode. It was emotional. You know, I'm really praying for NeNe and for Gregg, you know, mostly Gregg. I'm really praying for Porsha. Portia's supposed to be in the hospital right now. She's had some complications with her pregnancy. She's fine. The baby's fine. I just want Porsha to be happy too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wish no harm on her. But when she was asking him about if he knew NeNe, not if he knew NeNe, if he knew Marlo. He didn't know Marlo. If he knew Candy, he was like, yeah. She was like, you know Candy? He was like, yeah. She was like, what, how you know her? And she asking because, one, she know Candy got around Atlanta real good before she got with Todd. Candy hasn't made no bones about the fact that she loved D, and she loved Atlanta D, and she was free with the P, especially when it came to D's. She was open to P's too, but she really likes the D's. So, you know, her antenna went up, and he was like, I don't even, at first I thought he was just ignoring her because Porsha talks incessantly, but then I realized, oh, no. That's a red flag, girl. She was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, girl, put a pin in that. Now, he live across the street. He's talking about he eat it. Oh, you don't remember her? Well, wait, how you don't know where you know her from? Well, I live across the street from the old lady gang. I used to eat there like every day. She was like, well, we've been together every day ever since we met, and you ain't never took me to old lady gang. What's tea? Well, he probably saw the show, girl. I don't know. At the same time, he sounds real suspicious. So there's supposed to be some scuttlebutt about this dude. It doesn't seem to be coming across in real life. She seems like she's really happy and she's engaged now, and I wish her all the best. But he did sound suspicious. So that's the first episode. It really was much ado about nothing, but we did get to reconnect and catch up. And we saw Noelle, Eva's kids, Riley and her sister, and little A. So that was all, is really good. Checking in on NeNe and Gregg. That was really good. Candy and her family, Porsha and Dennis. You guys tell me what you think of this first episode, season 11. It looks like it's going to be a good season. Eva's going to bring her spice, and then the young lady that's DeVoe's wife looks like she's going to bring a certain amount of spice. So I'm looking forward to this season. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.